I'm Doug, and on behalf of everyone at SoloDallas, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this video on the Schaefer Replica Storm pedal. Of all the pedals that I have and love, this one does something that none of the others do. Regardless of the instrument, rig, or style, it takes whatever tone I've got and makes it better, whether it's going into the front end of an amp, in the effects loop to tighten up the bottom end, or to kind of add some extra body with a piezo. It does all that and much more, as we'll hopefully demonstrate in the demos. Speaking of which, at the top there, you're hearing my orange 8030, and like we're going to do for the rest of the demos, in a second, you're going to get a chance to hear the pedal in the off position and then the on position so you know what it was doing. So let's take a listen. I love the sound of a Fender Strat into a clean Fender amplifier, but there are times I wish I could make the treble strings a little bit fuller without making the bass strings bassier. And that's where this pedal really shines with this particular rig. The gain control, as you begin to turn it up, adds some extra harmonics and a little bit more sparkle at the top end of the circuit. But it also begins to drive the optical limiter a little bit harder, so you get a little bit more of a ceiling. And as you turn the optical limiter up, you also raise the floor a little bit, so you get a little bit more glue. And in turn, the boost control enables you to kind of take advantage of the extra headroom that you got on a clean amplifier there, as you'll hear in the off and on states of the pedal. A great place to use the Storm is after drive pedals in your signal chain. In this instance, it's taking the nuance of a stock TS9 Tube Screamer reissue and further enhancing the body and the bloom. A Strat, Tube Screamer, and a clean Fender amp are a great recipe for tone, and the Storm enhances everything that's great about that. I'm a huge fan of vintage style fuzz pedals like the SoloDallas Orbiter. And in this particular instance, I've got the Storm placed after it, kind of giving me 3 extra controls so I can fine tune the sound of the fuzz and the way it interacts with the guitar. And as you hear in just a second, it makes it so the volume between the different strings is more even and it adds some extra body. That demo in particular checks a couple of boxes for me. First of all, I was able to create interlocking rhythm parts on the bridge position without having to change a thing. Same guitar. Moved over to the neck position to layer a melody guitar over the top Didn't have to change anything on the pedal or the amp to get a sound that really worked really well. And as you'll hear in the on-off section, I was really hitting the front end of the amp hard. Back in the day, if you wanted to make sure your solos were going to be heard front of house, you'd put some sort of boost in the effects loop of your amp. And when it came time for your solos, you stomped on that and you're guaranteed to be heard front of house. That's one of the things you can do with the Storm. But also it's great for rhythm guitar playing. And that's how I was using it here. By placing it in the effects loop of my JP2C on the second channel, which is a great rhythm channel, you're able to take all the goodness that's happening in the preamp section, fine tune that a little bit and make it even better, dare I say, and in turn add a little bit of a boost, or potentially a lot, but in this instance, just a little bit. That's perfect for going from the A section to the B section of a verse, where again, you want a little lift, or maybe if you're going from the chorus into a bridge. That demo in particular does a great job of exemplifying how I like to use the Storm, kind of like a channel strip for guitar. I was coming straight out of the piezo in this guitar into the Storm directly into Pro Tools. I was using the gain control to add a little bit of sparkle on the top end, using the optical limiter to add a little bit of glue and some extra body, taking what was already a good piezo sound and making it sound better. And as you'll hear in the off and then on state, in particular on the second string, although it is subtle, you'll hear the difference it makes that you not only can hear, but feel underneath your fingertips. I'm a huge fan of modeling technology, but I have to admit, by placing the Storm in the effects loop of the HX Stomp, it was really easy to bring some classic analog warmth into the digital domain. On behalf of everyone at SoloDallas, thanks so much for checking out this video. For more information about the Storm and the rest of the SoloDallas line, you're always welcome to visit SoloDallas.com. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.